Good. So Fergus, in his presentation, mentioned that our community of practice is growing, which is absolutely true. And I want to talk to you today about one initiative that we brought about this year, which I'm very proud of. But before I do that, just very quickly, so the community of practice has always been at the core of the founding idea of the Agroecology TPP. So it's really embedded into the creation of the TPP. And it was set up on GLFx to sort of capitalize on their reach potential and the already existing chapters. However, for quite a long part at the beginning, it was a bit of a dormant kind of group. And I thought when I was handed the task to sort of revamp it, I thought it really required quite a preparation and a lot of thinking. So what we did, we launched an activation workshop with, which was held in September of 2022, where we engaged with all of the our subscribers, our newsletter subscribers, and people who were already part of the community of practice, and many others. So we publicized this widely, and to try to get from people their ideas, what they wanted to see within this community of practice, how could it be different from the standard communities of practice. So it was actually a very successful workshop. We had a lot of very interesting ideas. And so what we set out to do in 2023 was to actually give life to some of those ideas. Now, one of the ideas that was not part of that workshop, the others, the ones that we embraced and we developed, I'm going to talk to you about them in a few minutes. But one that came up this year, talking within the Secretariat, was, why don't we launch a contest? Why don't we try to engage with people by giving them a prize and do something with them, make it like, you know, something beautiful, a party kind of thing. So what we did is we launched a contest, and we were giving a trip to Nairobi. So the idea was very simple. Our people in the community of practice, or people who were not part of the community of practice, just by entering the community of practice, so by registering, they could access the contest, and they would basically have to do only 3 things. They would have to do a short video illustrating their agroecological practices on their field, on their garden, on their terrace, you know, if they have a farm, whatever it is, and then post it on our citizen science map and post it on our digital wall of the community practice. So what happened was that we got 53 submissions, and we evaluated each one of them really thoroughly against a set of parameters, including the video quality, its intent, the practice itself, the level of engagement that this post and this proposal generated, but also the different typologies of practices. So we wanted to embrace diversity. So we really looked at research-oriented propositions, but also, you know, people doing agroecology at the household level or at the farm level. And then we checked whether they had posted it on our digital citizen science tool. So what happened is we got 53 proposals, and we selected 3 as winners. And today I want to show you the winners. So allow me to share my screen and share the 3 videos. The winners are here in the room today, and we will talk to them on the podium in a moment. I did tell them that I will announce them one by one, and they should go on the podium one by one, but actually I changed my mind, and you'll go all together on the podium because it's easier for me to run the videos one after the other. So allow me a second to stop sharing and share again with the audio, because I certainly shared without the audio. So sharing screen, audio, yes, audio here, okay. All right, and now, so this would be the first video. Let's see if it works. Here we go.
Hello, my name is Karina. I'm a woman and a young agroforestry and mushroom farmer here in Brazil. And of course that I produce everything in an organic way. So here we are in an agroforestry area in our farm, and I'm gonna present in few words how it works. This area have 2.5 years old, and at the beginning we harvest lots of crops of vegetables and herbs. But now we are in this moment that we are focused on fruits and wood to produce mushroom. So here we have the row of service trees, and here we have the row of fruits. And these service trees will provide us mulching to feed the soil in a holistic perspective, to feed the system too. So we work with forest principles, but in these few minutes that I have here, I will focus in four. We work with forestry certification, forestry succession, mulching, and pruning. And all these principles together do this agroforestry produce lots of food. So here is our shiitake mushroom cultivation, and as a smallholder family, we are really happy with this because it's profitable and unique. This log came from the agroforestry and will return to there. When the shiitake production finish, we bring these logs to the agroforestry back, and this log will feed the system and the next wood that gonna produce more shiitake too. Agroforestry is a non-farm solution that feeds people while face the climate crisis as a strong, resilient food system production.
Okay, so that's our first. Now we have the second one. Let's see how if this works a bit better.
Hi, my name is Simon Edegbo, an MSc scholar at Veritas College of the American Farm School, Thessaloniki, Greece. And I'm excited to make my submission to participate in the annual Members Forum meeting of the Agroecology TPP program in Nairobi, Kenya 2024. As an agroecology enthusiast, I have volunteered as an MSc student on 2 agroecology projects in Veritas College, Thessaloniki. The first project is an EU Horizon Regenerative Agriculture project, which is studying the effect of different varieties of cover crops on improving soil organic matter, soil moisture retention, weed suppression, improving soil microbial activity when maize is planted in succession after the cover crops. This is a 5-year project, and we're going to study the long-term effects of cover cropping on maize and the soil. The second project is studying the effect of different soil amendments on olive grove establishment. We're using zeolite and biochar to see how it improves the soil properties as well as the effect on young olive grove establishment and yield quality. Although I'll be finishing my education here soon, I am confident that the skills, the knowledge, and the network I have acquired would enable me to implement agroecological practices in Nigeria to help smallholder farmers incorporate climate smart and resilient practices into their existing practices. And I'll be most grateful if I have the opportunity to also network with other people around the world at the Agroecology TPP program in Nairobi, Kenya, to share ideas, to learn more, and to build meaningful network and connections. Thank you very much.
Okay. So this was Simon. And now we go to the third one from Maimona, and you're going to get a glimpse of my email now. I'm sorry for that. But unfortunately, the video, I asked her to send it to me. She did, but there was a problem, and I can only run it from here. So you get also a glimpse of our community of practice digital wall. So here we go. And funny story, but I'll tell you more about it. She had not submitted a video at the beginning, and I chased her for the video. And the video is really beautiful. So here we go. Okay. There's no audio here. Sorry? Where is that? It's only there. I don't have that thing.
Another moringa tree So next to it is the biggest mango tree, another mango tree. This one is fruiting right now. That's my front yard.
Okay.
So here's my little nursery. That's soursop, that's rosemary, avocado, that's baobab, and that's custard apple. Those are pumpkins. I need to transplant those in the big garden. So that's the banana orchard. It's quite big. It goes all the way to my backyard orchard. That's more cassava because it's one of our staples, because we consume the fruit and also the leaves. This is the front yard. That's avocado, coconut, that's lemongrass, that's plantain ready to harvest. I was gonna harvest these today. And these are more plantain, and that's a little mandarin tree growing. Here it is, passion fruit, more herbs, basil. That's the moringa tree. So I make sure I mix and blend. Under it, I grew herbs like basil underneath the moringa tree, and that's one of the mango trees.
Okay, so please a round of applause also to Maimona. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask them to join us on the panel. I'm going to finish my presentation. I'm introducing them to you now. So let's, okay. So let's go here, back on. So first person I would like to call on the panel is Karina Gonçalves David, a young entrepreneur coming from Brazil, working, as you've seen, with agroecological mushrooms, part of several farmers' organizations, director at the Instituto Brasil Orgânico, coordinator of the Rede Ecovida PGS, member of INOFO, and founder of Pro Nobis Agroforestal. So thank you for being with us, Karina, today. We also have Simon Edegbo, I hope that's correctly pronounced. As you've seen, he's a young, motivated entrepreneur, now studying agroecology in Thessaloniki, Greece. As you've seen, he went TikTok style, which was very nice. We really loved it, and touching upon a very important topic for us, which is soil. And finally, we have Maimona Jawara. She's a young agroecologist, actually also GLFx Banjul chapter coordinator. She, as I said before, she hadn't provided a video, but I chased her for it, and she showed us her marvelous garden. Okay, and I would like to also invite on a panel a very special person, Marcelo Soares Souza. He's the developer of the Agroecology map, which is a framework on which we built and co-designed together the 1 Million Voices project, or 1 Million Voices map. A big applause for Marcelo. He is really a model for us as an Agroecology TPP ambassador. He demonstrated leadership, dedication, ownership, innovative thinking. He really took us through a journey and developed with us this incredible tool that we have on our website. And now we also have it as a mobile app. So he might want to talk about this, but he just launched the app version of the 1 Million Voices of Agroecology tool. So a big welcome to our 4 guests. Last round of applause, and I'm handing it to Emily. Sorry?
I would like the other mic.
Sure.
All right. Well, congratulations to all of you. It's been amazing watching your videos. So thank you so much for taking us to your lovely places. So we really would like to hear a little bit, so how you became agroecology enthusiast. Maybe if each of you could share a little bit about your odyssey, where did that enthusiasm come from? We'd love to hear from you, each of you, briefly. Thank you.
So first of all, thank you to be here. Thank you to the invitation, to the opportunity. It's really good to be at this space, multidisciplinary space, because here we are farmer, we have the scientists, we have the NGO, and everyone together can go faster and far in this way to agroecology the world. My name is Karina. I'm a woman, and I work with agroforestry system in Brazil. And how I became an enthusiast agroecology. So I studied economics at the university. And at the university, I had the opportunity to work with the social movements in Brazil. And I never imagined before I became a farmer, because I'm not from a family farmer. But once I started to think about the world we are and the food system we face, in Brazil, we have a really huge problem, because the climate crisis that we face in Brazil, the majority carbon came from this farm, you know, soya, transgenic, and this kind of big farmers. So, and the other is the cow production. So these both together is the main problem in Brazil when we talk about deforestation and the climate crisis. And one solution to face it is have different experience. So as an agroforestry farmer, I think it is a solution, because we can grow food at the same time we can plant trees. So they both together give us many solutions, because we need to have food for the community, for people, but we can't deforestation everything to have this food. And I really believe in this agroecology as a social tool, of course, as a way to produce food, but we have this kind of social movement in Brazil and in the world that help a lot to grow agroecology as a solution, in an urgent solution. So we need to highlight agroecology. We need more solution. And this is one of the reasons that I'm an agroecology enthusiast. I can stay here talking more, but we don't have
Thank you so much. It's so important. Thank you. Simon.
Good morning, everyone. Really good, excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity and the initiative. So I grew up in a farming family. My mom studied agriculture and my dad used to farm. He studied geology in Nigeria. But I never did hear about agroecology. I also had my bachelor's degree in agriculture in Nigeria up until 2022, when I was applying for a scholarship to study in Greece for a master's in sustainable agriculture and management. While I was going through the website of the college, I now saw, on the syllabus that agroecology was a big component of sustainable agriculture. And then I began to, research a bit further. And I had the opportunity, I was selected for the scholarship, and I had the opportunity to connect with the professors more closely and be a part of their projects, and also participate in an Erasmus project in France, where we discussed more about agroecology from different climes and countries in the EU. And that really, boosted my interest in agroecology. Because I saw the impact it was having beyond just the profitability aspect of agriculture, just beyond the passion, but also the effect of our decisions on the environment and on the people in the system. And from there, I have, continued to look out for opportunities to collaborate and work on agroecology projects. So that has been my experience generally. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simon. Maimuna.
Thank you. I'm humbled to be here. My name is Maimuna Jawara. I'm from Banjul, the Gambia. So a bit of backstory. I work with a local organization called Geo Impact Lab, which is more of a community driven lab in the Gambia. So what we do mostly is facilitate restoration projects, mainly working with small scale oyster women, like women oyster harvesters. So as a mean of like kind of protecting the mangroves, so we kind of came up with an income diversification program. So part of the program was setting them up in groups. So some of them were into beekeeping, and some would use the wax even to make soap, just to make sustainable, like different like ways to make income. So they won't be going back, because for example, in Gambia, there's like a limitation of harvesting oysters, which is 6 months. But then most of the time they couldn't stick to those limitations because of they didn't have ways to generate income. So we try to do that, as well as more of an integrated approach. So we did also like a micro SME like training for them. So at some point, there are some that really wanted to go into horticultural gardening. So that's how we kind of like were transitioning into agroecology. So this was not more of the project that we were doing. So I was just playing around with the video. Excuse that one. It was not poor quality. That was my backyard. So that's what we were doing, working with a small women that were more into permaculture. So we were kind of encouraging them to start small from their little garden. That way, if you start small from your kitchen garden, then in time, you'd have more enough food, so you'll be able to scale up. Because most of the time, the problem with the gardeners, the horticulture part, they had a problem with scaling up with the garden. So they were not a bit interested in the gardening part as a sustainable way. So yeah, so that's how I came into exploring ways of tackling agroecology in our restoration work. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the three of you. Really, your stories are incredible. We've loved to see what you've been up to, and the differences also in your stories coming up. So really, thank you for sharing that with us. And Marcelo, you have been a key agent of change, I believe, with the 1 Million Voice and the Global Citizen Science Platform. So we want to hear from you. Maybe do you have an advice for these three, how they could become also agent of change, or really become involved and ambassadors for the TPP?
Good morning, bom dia. My name is Marcelo. I'm from Brazil. I'm here more to listen and to learn than to give advices. I'm a co-creator of the Agroecology Map platforms. This is a project I developed with some friends 7 years ago. And last year, Fabio, Lisa, Matias asked me to help them with this project, with this idea of 1 Million Voices of Agroecology platform. My background with agroecology is like I learned about agroecology 50 years ago in a settlement at landless work movements. I meet some people from these movements, and I was in a project of digital literacy and fall in love with agroecology. For me, agroecology is love. It's about sharing. It's about caring. And I learned a lot about this idea of agroecology, first in agroforest, and then I started to learn to search for new knowledge about these ideas of caring, of sharing, of co-creation. And we started the project of Agroecology Map as a project, as idea of create new networks and strengthen old networks of agroecologists. And we are developing this as I said, as a work of labor of love. We believe in this idea. We all are volunteers in these projects. And when Lisa, Fabio, Matias, and Agroecology TPP asked us to help them with this idea of a new platforms about agroecology, we started to discuss between ourselves, and we concluded that we need to help them. We need to sow these seeds. We need to help them to cultivate this idea, because we are parts of the same movement. We are part of the same idea. So we started to develop this platform last year. We are completely 1 year this next month, I believe, in July in 2023. And last week we launched the new application for Android, for mobile. We need to speed up the development, but we achieved the success launching this application. And I'm here to learn more, to listen to you all about your ideas about this platform. Fabio told me earlier that this platform is my baby, but I want to share this baby with everyone. I want to co-create, co-parenting this idea, this platform with everyone. I believe that the idea needs to be open. It's an open platform. It's a citizen-side platform. And I want you all to help me with this. I want to listen to you. I want to learn with you to improve this idea, so we can create new networks. We can straighten the networks. We can help other people that needs to learn, wants to learn about agroecology. And that's it.
Thank you very much for sharing your passion, not just enthusiasm. So this is wonderful. So I just have a last question for you. You all three of you, all four of you have distinct profiles, but obviously you've all gone through secondary education or working in projects. So we want to see, so how can we grow this community by reaching those that may not be so easy to reach or have less access to education? So we'd really like to hear, how can we grow? How can we reach those that are more difficult to include? I don't know who would like to start.
For me, I think it's more of based on social reciprocal when it comes to agroecology. And when transitioning, I think transitioning is more of focusing on people. So it's more of building multi-stakeholder partners and including students, community, chefs, for example, to co-create like indigenous grains. So they would be involved in this whole movement. Yeah, so that way I think building partnerships is key to a successful transition. Thanks.
So for me, I think to drive traffic to the Agroecology TPP platform, I believe we need to leverage other social media platforms through the members' profile. So considering the strength of 600 members, I believe that that's sort of an army to use on other social media platforms that we can use to, just increase the interest of different demographics of people who may be interested in agroecology. There are youths around the world who are interested in agroecology or who do a form of agroecological practices, and they do not see the bigger picture. So there are people who are interested in maybe tree crop farming or cover cropping or crop rotation, but they don't see the bigger picture and the impact it can have on the world, as it were. And so I believe that would help a lot. If we drive that, we will see traffic coming in. And lastly, I would like to say that one of the challenges I had when I was getting into agroecology more deeply was I couldn't find a platform for, say, structured knowledge on agroecology for the basics. So sort of maybe like an agroecology academy. Because not everybody, I have an agricultural background, right from my university bachelor's, but not everybody does. And so it may be difficult for them to relate with that and, easily apply it practically in their own, climes or situation. So I think having that would probably help. Yes, thank you.
So even if I had graduated, I graduated in economics. So all the story to come here and to share with you my experience, it's about a network of people. So I really believe in this network of people because I didn't study agroecology at the university. So I I believe that once we are together and sharing this knowledge, it's easy to understand and to learn about different practices in different regions. And I have two things to share. One, I'm part of PGS. I don't know if everyone knows. PGS is Participatory Guarantee System. It's a way to have a organic certification to sell, to commercialization. But once we are in this network of farmers, we don't think only about this certification. We share experience. We visit each other every month. We receive visitors from outside. So at this moment, we are together to have this certification. We share lots of things. We learn a lot. We teach too. So it's a way to learn and to include these people that don't have graduated or in different realities, because we are at the same level. We are farmers. We are doing that. We are learning, and we have a challenge, so we can solve and help to solve each other. And I really believe at the social media too, because in the past, we need to pay to be at the TV. We need to pay expensive to be at these communication tools. But now with social media, everyone can be there. Everyone can share. So I really like this social network at this 1 Million Voice, because there I met some friends from Brazil, and I knew some people from everywhere. So I think we can have a big PGS, not only in a local level, as we are in Rede Ecovida Network, PGS, but we can have this network of farmers organization in global level, and we need to be at the social media because it's the future. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much for these suggestions. I think they're great. We're going to have to bring this panel to a close, but we note quite a few suggestions on using social media, integrating other platforms, also linking to indigenous food systems. So I think this is really exciting, and we really look forward to more of your contributions as we do table reflections through the day. So maybe we can give a real round of applause for our winners and our champion. Thank you very much.